Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, Balarabe Ilela, has said the social media regulation bill is before the National Assembly. Ilela said the bill, seeking to repeal and reenact the NBC Act, Cap L11 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, has been read for the first time before the federal lawmakers. The NBC boss said this when he hosted the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, at the Commission's headquarters. While describing the ills of social media as a monster, Ilela decried that the current law does not give NBC the rights to regulate social media. He further said the Commission has the rights to punish any broadcaster in line with the Act establishing the NBC. To discuss this, we're joined by a marketing executive, Elsie Godwin. Thank you very much for joining us on the news, Elsie. With the NBC Director General mentioning the need to repeal and reenact the NBC Act, how can professionals like yourself adapt to potential changes in media regulations to ensure compliance?
It's interesting that the DG would say one of our major problems is social media. I think it's even laughable. But I mean, as a registered advertising practitioner with the ACON, we all know ACON, Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, it is our responsibility, that of myself and my colleagues, to practice marketing in a way that would ensure that it is decent, legal, honest, truthful, and of course, socially responsible, whatever medium it is, whether it is social media, traditional media. I mean, we must always adhere to the rules, right? But this is the first reading, like you just said. Personally, I have not seen this bill. So it would be very difficult for me to sit here and tell viewers how it will maybe affect marketing profession. But one thing I know is marketers are very creative, right? It's one profession that has evolved so much so that it applies art and science for success. And with the rapid change in digital tools, we keep up with that. So, of course, we can keep up with any rules and regulation as long as they are enacted for the progress of the country as a whole, which I want to believe that's the case. Right.
Considering the description of social media as a monster, how would this perception affect the way companies approach social media marketing, and what strategies would you recommend?
So talking about using the word monster, right? Words are very powerful. In the line of work that I do, they are used to express ideas, insights, emotions. So you using the word monster, or the DG using the word monster, is really worrying. It also brings to question the emotion and objective behind this bill. So are they doing this because they think social media is a monster, or they see it as something better than being a monster? Is that where the need is coming from? For me, I think it expresses a disconnection in the goal of the new administration as communicated in various ways. Now, for example, this week, the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy launched a program, I think it's called 3MTT, if I'm not mistaken, and they plan to generate a pipeline of technical talent. Now, one of the skills that are in focus is product management. And for those who understand product management, as a product manager, you are sort of responsible for the life cycle of your product from concept to marketing. And you cannot discuss marketing as a product manager without talking about social media. So if one arm of the government is actively looking for ways to sort of tap into the digital economy and another is calling it a monster, then I'm wondering how this disconnect can be fixed. But like I said, when it comes to marketing, evolving is what we do, and it's our duty to practice it in a responsible way. So I'm sure every of my colleagues will agree on that one.
Elsie, I'm afraid we have to leave it there, and we look forward to what happens with the bill. Like you said, thanks very much for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me.